Hi guys, Yowie Chaser from YSA, Yowie Sightings Australia guys. Alright, some breaking, I don't know if this is breaking news, I suppose it is. This is incredible, this story. Alright, so this is a pulsar thermal 2XB50 LRF thermal scope. Now I've looked at the cameras, they're around the same price as well, because they're the best. Well, they're not the best, but they're better than what most people are using. Just that they're a bit expensive. Anyway, so what's going on now is we've got a guy who's a professional hunter. He goes out and wipes out animals in people's farms and that, pigs and wild dogs, foxes and stuff like that. So he's just put up a story about what happened to him there one night. So what I'm going to do is I'll just give you a brief background. So he also wears headphones, that hearing, so he can hear what's going on. And he was out on someone's property, and up above him, 30 meters above, he could hear footsteps. And so he got his gun all ready and so and had it all ready to go, and it started running at him. But he couldn't see nothing through this scope. He was using one of these thermals. And he goes, this thermal will pick up anything. Okay, then it wasn't too late. When it got closer, when it got 2 meters, he screamed. And he heard it run it off. And then he picked it up later on the thermal, said it looked like a human. All right, so we'll get into that story, guys. So yeah, just a little bit more. Apparently foxes in thermal, I don't know if this is correct, I haven't looked into it. I've only just got this story, so I'm just telling you straight up now what happened. But apparently on thermals, foxes' tails don't show up on thermal camera because they're so hairy. I don't know, can anyone, this is what this fellow was saying, can anyone know that? So, you know, I'm going to put my thinking cap on today. I'm not going to stop thinking about this all day until I work it out. The only other scenario is if, just say he's got his gun pointed at it, this is what else could have happened, why he might not have picked it up. Well, I'll ask him this question after I've done this video, is did it run, way to the left out of the scope, out of the thermal, so it couldn't be picked up? That's the other scenario that could have happened. Okay. And then I believe, like I've already said in the last video, why they see thermal cameras. But I think if we can work this out, we'll be well and truly on our way. All right, we'll get into the thing now. Oh yeah, guys, that's the group. If you just want to join it, there's just sighting after sighting, guys. It's just non-stop. It goes quiet there every now and then all of a sudden, boom, someone puts up a sighting or something. It just goes crazy. There's so much stuff on there. All right. Anyway, go join it, guys. And if you want to share your if you want to share any sightings, go to Yowie Chaser, guys. Facebook page Yowie Chaser, or you can just join this group and tell your sighting once you join. You can do it anonymously too if you want. All right. So what's going on there? There's probably 4 more people that are waiting and a message. All right. Let's get over to what is going on. Oh, actually, sorry, I mean read the story. All right, guys. So we'll just we'll tell the first story, and then we'll go back to when this fella was a bit younger, around 13, 14. What happened to him down in a creek? All right. So I'll just read this out. Right. So I'm now an adult in my late 40s. Rather keen hunter for pest control mainly. Getting around one night about 11 p.m. on a large acreage in Tarzali Atherton tablelands. There is a big tree on top of a hill. I would use to scope out at least 70% of the property with creeks, gullies, all sorts where pigs like to gain access. There is a fence line that runs over the top of the hill and joins up with a fence line that runs down one face of the hill with scrub on the other side. Very thick scrub. It's rather a cold night from memory, around 6 degrees Celsius. I'm using a rather high-powered 30 calibre rifle with a Pulsar XD50 LRF thermal night vision scope. One hell of a good piece of gear. Nothing escapes it. So to try and cut a long story short, I hear something go thud in the grass behind me, about 30 metres up the hill, almost at the fence line. Then I hear another thud and another thud. I'm loaded, ready to shoot, with zoom pulled right back. Electronic earmuffs give added abilities to locate direction via sound, so I know I'm on point and I'm looking at it. It's there, coming towards me. The thuds get louder and faster. Only problem is, I can't see a damn thing except grass. This thing sounded huge. It's at least 10 metres in front of me, still moving when I scream out, "Fuck!" And whatever it was did a 90 turn instantly to my right and took off towards a road cutting about 200 metres away. I felt a brief brush of wind, as it must have been that close. I still could not see a damn thing. There was absolutely nothing in that thermal except the hills, the grass, the fence line. I could see everything, but not it. Mind you, the grass is probably only half a metre high, and if anyone says, why didn't I fire a few rounds off, you obviously don't know firearms and probably don't deserve to be using one. So a good 800 metres away is the next door neighbour's fence line, a little house block out into the property. It would have been around 20 seconds and those dogs went ballistic. She has about 5 dogs there. They were going stupid crazy, barking at the fence in exactly the same direction where this thing just ran to. I could see the dogs, I could see the house, I could see everything again, but not it. I lift the bolt and put on the safety to shook up to move. I keep looking around, looking for it and any sign of it. A few minutes go by. My attention gets drawn to a down by the creek leading to the dam. I can no longer hear the dogs barking, and I see what looks like water moving at first. I thought it might be a pig going through the water, but I've seen that before, and you can still make the pig out. You can see you can see its face. You can see everything on thermal. Something was crossing the creek. I switched over to black hot. Then I saw it standing there, looking back at me from the other side. What looked like an owl's face in the thermal, but bigger. Freaking out. I laser sighted it. Alright, I've just realised, guys, I might have missed some of it out. Because, when I've hit pause, but I'm still talking, then I've hit pause and probably recorded. Oh, I hate that. Alright, well, depending on how this turns out, I'm going to read this out, and then I'm going to go back through it, and then depends how much we've missed out, alright? Alright, so this guy was younger. Alright, so he's in Ella Bay National Park in Isval. Flying Fish Point area around 1995. Being a teacher, you get up to mischief. We probably should have been there. Yeah, there were my good mates and I, machete in hand, and he's in rather intelligent, didn't go cross dog. Follow a stream. We found what looked like a well-defined children's footprints in the fine sediment on a washed-up corner of a creek. The toes were all about the same size, 5 in total, with no arch between the heel and the toes. 2 footprints side by side, as if something was crouching down, drinking, using its hands, cupping the water, and the right foot under dragged up the bank to the foliage about half a metre stride. The water and the right foot had dragged up the bank to the foliage about half a metre stride. Both of us were a little shaken. continued on down the creek. Up ahead is a mass of vines and thick foliage hanging from trees blocking our view and path. It's at this point where things get a bit too much. Have you ever seen a dog so scared, whimpering as if to say, "Let's get the F out of here"? Hiding behind us. She would normally be out in front, sniffing out any trouble. The hair stand on the back of your neck. The hair stands on the back of your neck. Paused in sit, both peering into the mass of foliage, and you don't know whether to fight or flight. The strong smell of what I can only describe as a cross between burning hair and BO and burnt out power drill. The electric burning smell. Stuck in memory for life. Hey mate. He's a bit of a brave bastard. And his left arm raises to me, taps me on the chest and whispers, "Let's go." Slowly backing away, and once made a good 20 meters back, piss bolted through the scrub back to his property. We never really talked about it. Alright, so that's all he's got. Alright, yeah, so that's it. Alright, like I said, I don't know what I've missed out on this bloody video. Well, it's going to annoy me if I've missed out a lot, so if it doesn't sound right, guys, that's why. If you want to know the rest, actually, you know what? The story will be in the comments. Okay, so when you're on this YouTube channel, if you go down, I'll put the whole story in the comments. If there's anything missed out, that's how I'll solve it. All right, too easy. All right, guys. So what do you think? Make sure you leave something down below. This is breaking, man. If this is a Yowie can run at you and you can't pick it up on thermal, then how else are we going to find these guys? Anyway, have a think about it. Tell me what you think below. All right. Yeah, that's all I got, guys. All right, guys. Have a good weekend, and if you want, if you've got a Yowie story you'd want me to read out, like I said, just message me at Yowie Chaser and tell me your whole story there, guys. All right, guys. Catch yous.